PCN is brought to you in part by the following underwriters.
Welcome to October and welcome to PACTV Community News. We have a great show tonight with local stories such as a honey harvest in Pembroke, a farm day in Duxbury, and a mind-body nourishing event in Kingston.
PCN stops into the Meet the Maestro event to meet the Plymouth Philharmonic conductor. Health and Wellness brings us the benefits of Pilates, and Town Talk has Kingston's town administrator on the set.
We start with two stories from Plymouth South High School, as it's been a busy and exciting month. 2 years from now, the kids in South Plymouth will have a brand new high school with nearly all of the modern amenities enjoyed by the kids at Plymouth North. While the construction got underway in the later part of the summer, school officials thought it best to wait until the school year started to host the official groundbreaking ceremony. We stopped over last Thursday and couldn't have asked for nicer weather. Great optics are always a major plus when hosting an outdoor event with a lot of people in attendance. The groundbreaking ceremony for the new Plymouth South High School had it all and then some. Clear blue skies and cool, comfortable weather? Check. Giant earth-moving vehicles, steamrollers, and front-end loaders? Got it. Shovels with hard hats on them, ready for that perfect groundbreaking photo op? Of course. Enormous hills of soil dot the recently excavated landscape where the new school will eventually be. A visual that lets the people of South Plymouth know that this project is moving full steam ahead. Looking around, you can see that the ground here has already been broken, with a lot of that construction taking place over the summer. But doing the official groundbreaking right now at the end of September is a great chance to bring in the community and showcase what an immense project this new Plymouth South High School is going to be. As the school band played, it became clear that many of the kids who make up Plymouth South High School would be on full display for this ceremony. This visual, of course, was by design.
I want the community to see that what we're doing here is not about the adults, it's about the kids. So by having the band, having the chorus, having kids, we're going to actually have the 4 class presidents, the freshman, sophomore, junior, senior class presidents are going to be part of the ceremony today. So I think it really, I'm not sure how often it's done, but I think it really signifies that what we're doing, what we do is for our children, we do it for the kids of Plymouth. So by having them here today, I think is a sign that this is all for them.
Even the pastries are all made by our school restaurant. The students are here with their teacher and they worked on appetizers during the day. And it's Plymouth House a great community, and the school culture is what we're known for, and the kind of tough facility. So now it's just really gonna all come together. So we're really excited.
With an ETA of September 2017 for the new school opening its doors, Superintendent Maestas is confident that they'll meet that date without issue.
We have a team here that they're known for doing a tremendous job meeting timelines. We have every reason to believe that we'll hit every benchmark that we set forth, but as of today, they're moving along nicely. They are on schedule, so I think we'll meet our timeline.
At the construction site for the new Plymouth South High School, I'm Brian Sullivan for PCN. Meanwhile, the Plymouth South High School that's still in use has given the entire state of Massachusetts a reason to be proud. Her name is Patty Fry. The Plymouth South High School principal of 11 years has been awarded the state's highest honor in being named Principal of the Year. This award put her in the running with the principals from Cumberland, Rhode Island and Lexington, Nebraska. I stopped over to speak with Principal Fry to see how she's taking it all in. It's been a long time since I've been sent to the principal's office, and I'll tell you what, no matter what school you're in, they all kind of look the same. Luckily for me, this was just a diplomatic visit with Plymouth South High School Principal Patty Fry. Not only is Principal Fry the Massachusetts Principal of the Year, she's in a 3-way race for the nation's top principal award.
You automatically, when you win the state, you get put into the national pool with all the other state winners, if that makes sense. So I was contacted in July and told I was selected, and then there was a pretty comprehensive process from there. I had to have a conference call with a board from Washington, have people speak on my behalf. I had to answer essay questions. And then I last week went to Washington, D.C. for a Principals Institute. I met with one of our representatives, Keating, on Capitol Hill, and They really care about principals' views on education, which was nice because it's a tricky job sometimes, but it was very rewarding to be there, and I'm very grateful for everyone at Plymouth South.
While the award itself helped put the Plymouth school system on the national map, it was the way they run things at Plymouth South that got them there to begin with.
I think our school culture is our biggest strength. My staff focuses on the kids here, and it's a big school, so it's hard to know every single student by name, but we really work at that. And I also think we raised the standards academically, the growth in our advanced placement program. We're really working with college and career ready. Those are big pieces of this. And personalization, which have a lot of pieces of the puzzle, that we have programs here that I think on a national level it's all based on this breaking ranks model, and it just happens that that's what we've used to redesign Plymouth South High School.
Walking the hallways of a high school Monday through Friday and dealing with teachers and teenage kids might not sound like the ideal situation for a lot of people. But in our brief meeting, I could tell that Principal Patty Fry really loved it. That might explain why she won the award to begin with.
You have to enjoy what you do, and I really enjoy being in a high school every day. I can't fake it. I like high school cafeterias. I like kids between 14 and 18. Like they're fun. And if you don't like them, you should get out of education. So they're fun.
The winner's name won't be announced until sometime in October, and that's just fine by Principal Fry, who says she's not losing any sleep over it. Her main priority right now is being the best principal here at Plymouth South High School. For PCN, I'm Brian Sullivan.
Those are great stories. You know, Plymouth is so lucky. Their schools, their high schools are like colleges. It's just amazing the curriculum they have. And the fact that they're now going to have a second brand new state-of-the-art high school is just wonderful. And congratulations to Patty Fry. That's just amazing.
Most definitely. Both stories are great. South is keeping up with North now,
yep,
as far as, you know, the size of the school. And boy, how about putting Plymouth South on the map for their principal? That is awesome. I think it's a bigger story than I think I even made it out to be.
Yeah, it really is. When you think of how many principals there are in the country,
right,
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Good for her. Duxbury's historic ONeill Farm recently held its annual Farm Day, which coincided with the kickoff to the Duxbury Food and Wine Week. PCN stopped in to hear more about the farm, the participating community groups, and this fun family farm day.
The historic ONeill Farm is the last remaining working dairy farm in Duxbury. The Wildlands Trust of Southeastern Mass spearheaded the charge of permanently protecting the farm with CPA funds, as well as through the Mass Agricultural Preservation Program and private donors. Around 2005, the farm became a nonprofit and dedicates itself to remaining an agricultural location and to educating the public on all things cow.
Today is the annual Farm Day. Expect to have probably 400 people visit. We've got the Food for Thought group with a farmers market here.
This is our second year doing the Food for Thought event. We're really excited to be part of Farm Day with the historic ONeill Farm. It's a local food event that tells you all about sustainability. This is a nice boost to bring the two events together.
Carl ONeill, the original family farmer, remains in charge of day-to-day operations of over 40 milking cows and selling the milk to the Agrimark Co-op with buyers such as Cabot Creamery.
The whole objective of this continuing the farm is to allow the people to see what goes on in farming. A lot of people around here, they hardly ever see a cow, so it gives them a chance to come in here and look around. It's really a working farm, and we want to keep it that way.
The historic ONeill Farm is one of our 1,200 family farm throughout the New England states. They're one of the oldest farms in Massachusetts. And their cows here supply the milk that helps us to make this delicious vanilla bean yogurt and the cheeses that you all enjoy. And by all of you supporting us, supports the farm and keeps agriculture alive here in New England as well as the United States. This adorable milk carton.
Thank you very much.
The men and women who helped to make living into our golden years a little easier were acknowledged recently during National Assisted Living Week. PCN stopped into Wingate at Silver Lake to learn a little bit more about these caregivers right here in our own community.
An N. There is an N. Today we are having a Wheel of Fortune game that is part of our Assisted Living Week. It is something that we do every year. It's a fun-filled week of activities. It's nourishing the mind, body, and soul. This year is the theme, nourishing. And today we're going to be working on the mind, and we're going to be doing our own Wheel of Fortune game with Veterans Financial. They came in to help us out with that. So we're looking forward to doing that now. It's very similar to the same as the game that's on television with Pat Sajak and Vanna White. And the residents will be contestants on a game show, and we'll be solving puzzles. National Assisted Living Week, this is Nourishing the Body, Mind, and Soul 2015. We've had different things this week. We've had hand massages for nourishing your body, nourishing your mind, different games, sing-alongs for the soul, music for the soul. We've had entertainment. We've had high tea. We've had a lot of different fun activities for the week, and it really is a nice week, celebration with family and with residents. So we're looking forward to a nice, fun week here at the Inn, and some fun with our residents and our family members, and creating some wonderful memories for this year.
My name is Linda Felix, and I'm the community liaison from Wingate Healthcare, and this week is Grandparents Week and also Assisted Living Week. We started it off last Sunday where it was Grandparents' Day, and we had a waffle bar with all the fixins. So it was a great success. The event here today is the Wheel of Fortune with Jim Merchant from the Veterans Association, where he will be giving service back to Wingate. Also at the residence, which is our independent and light assisted living, we just had the great champagne dancing and white hot dancing, champagne and white hot dancing for the residents and also the community, and that was a great event. Fred Astaire came and did dancing. It was a wonderful, wonderful event. So really, the whole week is packed with different events, and just for the residents to have a lot of fun.
Sorry.
For the past 2 decades, local beekeeper Peter Chamberlain has been hosting the annual honey harvest on his property known as the Ichabod Loring Farm in Pembroke. At one point, Chamberlain tried in vain to maintain fruit trees on the farm before realizing that honeybees were the ticket. He explained to us the importance of the honeybee population in conjunction with the human population, all the while cultivating some of the best tasting honey around, or so we're told. Brian has the story.
Heading into downtown Pembroke, you may have driven past this spot and not thought much of it. But on this particular Saturday, there was something sticky and sweet going on. There's certainly a buzz here at the Ichabod Loring Farm, with plenty of folks parking on the lawn as they prepare for the 19th annual honey harvest. For me, it was a chance to face my fear of bees head on. For these folks, it had the feel of an outdoor Saturday matinee, complete with cold-cut sandwiches and drinks. Inside, Peter Chamberlain and his crew were busy preparing the harvest.
This is the culmination of the season, you might say. This is when we're harvesting the honey from the full season of bees collecting nectar and pollen. In the fall, the beekeepers take the top honey and the top of the hive and extract it with the equipment that you've seen here. We extract anywhere from 40 to 60 pounds of honey per hive.
It's in these hives where the honeybees deposit the nectar into the cells. They then fan it with their wings to reduce the water content. When the water content in the nectar is at 17%, they then put a layer of wax over it.
So what we're doing now is we're uncovering the wax cappings so we can expose the honey and then extract it through the centrifuge.
While the process may be time-consuming and tedious, the end result is worth it. Just ask this kid.
It tastes better than the kind that you get in the store. It's lumpier, which I like better, actually.
And of course, let's not forget the importance of the honeybee to our own survival as a species.
They are responsible for billions with a B worth of food products, vegetables, and fruit. Without the honeybee, you won't get the full development of crops.
It seems that the more people learn about honeybees, the more they want to get involved themselves.
We have a bee club, the Plymouth County Beekeepers Association, and when I joined, gosh, there were just a few members. Now we're up to around 500, and I think this year we had 100 new students come in to learn beekeeping. So each year it seems to get more people more interested each year. It's amazing.
Others seem to think that humans could learn a thing or two just from watching the bees.
Each of them has their own little job. They're workers. They're just amazing to watch, and they keep the hive going. If we could run this country the way the bees run their hive, we'd be in good shape.
In Pembroke, I'm Brian Sullivan, PACTV Community News. For those who may not know, October marks the 100th season for the Plymouth Philharmonic. Conductor Stephen Karyodonis has been at the helm of the Phil for the past 22 of those seasons. Each year since he's been with the Phil, Plymouth Public Library has been hosting a Meet the Maestro night to welcome in each new season. So we stopped in to do just that.
I call it Meet the Me, but it's called Meet the Maestro. The title Maestro, which in Italian means teacher, I feel myself as a teacher more than anything else. But the term maestro carries a lot of baggage. But I didn't name this event, it was named for me. And this is the 22nd Meet the Maestro here at the library.
Well, it turns out when I started at the Plymouth Public Library, Genevieve Ash, who was involved with the Philharmonic and also a trustee on the Plymouth Public Library Corporation board, realized that we just had Stephen Karyodonis join us down here in Plymouth, and she made a match between him and me to come and do a program. She had us introduced. So as we met, we actually talked about doing a program. We called it Meet the Maestro, although Stephen prefers, we joke and call it Meet the Me.
This is open to the public, free of charge, open to the public. We're very, very grateful to the Plymouth Public Library for hosting this, for sponsoring this event. And anyone who is interested in the orchestra or just interested in music are invited to come tonight.
In exchange for Stephen coming here every year to the library, adult programming is very important at the library. One of the things we can do with the Phil is we have our own group of people, so we attract them for something like tonight's program. In exchange, I always felt moved to usher for the Philharmonic. So for Stephen coming here, I ushered for 20 years at the Philharmonic.
2.5 years ago, I started the idea of thinking that we needed some symbol to show that the orchestra had turned 100. And so I started talking to people on the board, and they thought it was a good idea too. And I started assembling interviews, and I really call it a book of anecdotes. It's about musicians, it's about the production of the concerts, it's about the administration of the concerts. And I think it gives a nice summary of where we've come and where we may be going.
It's been such a lovely run for 22 years. I hope we keep on going, the two of us. So we'll keep doing it here at the library as long as the Philharmonic wants to come here.
Health and Wellness is back with the Kingsbury Club to learn about the benefits that Pilates has on the body.
Hi, I'm Karen Goldberg here at the Kingsbury Club in Kingston, and we're going to be presenting a PCN Health and Wellness segment on Pilates. So Pilates has lots of benefits. One of the major benefits is the building of a strong foundation for movement. Whether you're here in the studio, at home, moving something, doing something with your kids, you need that strong foundation to move from and move safely. So we have Kelly, who's generously given her time here to help show some of our Pilates equipment. And the first thing she's going to show you is some footwork. So she's going to put her heels on hip distance apart. She's going to wrap into her center, and she's going to press out. And coming back in, making sure that her knees are aligned with her feet. She's feeling centered, evenly weighted through her body. Kelly's going to show us some foot and strap work. This is clients' favorite thing, one of their favorite things to do here on the reformer. It feels really good. She's going to open and close, nice stretch and reach, controlling. She's going to build some strength through range of motion and flexibility here. And this is the stability chair, and Kelly's going to show us some nice torso rotation. She's going to rotate to the right and press the center, all the while keeping her pelvis nice and still. Strengthening all those muscles along the spine, finding nice posture, reaching through the top of her head. Good. Cal's working on some stretching here of the hamstring, the calf, through the Achilles, through that back and bottom foot. Really important to maintain our flexibility because if you have tight hamstrings, it's going to affect your posture and the position of your pelvis and your spine. Tight hamstrings can cause a lot of lower back issues. So thanks for watching. I'm Karen Goldberg, and this is Kelly Barlow, and this has been your PCN Health and Wellness segment.
This week's Town Talk brings Kingston's Town Administrator Robert Fennessy to our set. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Good to have you again. Today we're going to talk about 4 different areas. Your new employees, the green initiative that's going on in Kingston, your Plymouth 2020 celebration that you're going to do with Plymouth, and the Council on Aging.
Yes.
So why don't you start with your new employees?
So we recently hired 3 new employees. That goes into my administration of trying to get us up and running as a progressive community. An IT director, a facilities director, and a human resource director. So we call them the 3 Bs. Is Brad, Bob, and Bart came on board. And they came on board this past month after getting funded at town meeting. So they're off and running, and I'm sure the people will be seeing them around town and getting involved. So just want to say welcome to them as they come on.
Can I just ask, so is it HR for all town employees and
Yes.
IT for all town buildings?
Yes.
And facility for all town buildings?
Correct.
Wow, so those are 3 very big positions.
And they're part-time positions right now.
Really?
They're 19 hours a week, each one. So it's something that we wanted to get them in the door and see what the needs are.
Sure. Are these
And
new
then build
positions?
New positions.
Brand new.
First time ever.
Great.
Yeah. So
Good
we're
for you.
excited about that.
Okay.
In the town. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the green community that we are. Kingston is right in the forefront of being a green community, and the Board of Selectmen just entered into the first ever solar power farm. In Kingston. It'll generate about 0.5 megawatts of electricity, and it'll bring to us credits for the town and reduce the town's cost of energy supply to our buildings.
And do you have a site location picked out?
We do. It's at the landfill where one of the wind turbines are.
And how long will it take to get this
We're hoping
put
it's
together?
done by the end of the year.
Wow.
It has to be permitted, and if not by the end of the year, then early spring.
Great. And do you have a dollar figure on how much you think that's going to generate or save for the town?
It'd be about, I don't have a dollar figure.
Okay.
But the PPAs is called, and the offset will be dramatic.
Good.
So,
That's
so
great.
we're still working out those figures.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Good.
you.
That's
That
wonderful.
was a great thing. And on another note, the Kingston 2020, we call it.
All right.
It's really Plymouth 2020, but we're putting together a group of people. We had an open forum with the Board of Selectmen to see who's interested in getting on a committee, to see what events Kingston wants to put forward during the Plymouth 2020 celebration.
Okay.
We were part of Plymouth at one time, broke off from Plymouth and
When was
became
that?
Kingston. 16.
Hundreds of years ago.
16,
hundreds of years ago.
29.
Okay.
I'll have to look at my letterhead.
Okay. Established in.
So I'm going to get criticized for not knowing that.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
So if anybody's interested in being part of that, see Janet Wallace, who's the town moderator. She's heading up the committee, or the Board of Selectmen's office, and we'll get you involved. So.
Has anyone brought any suggestions so far?
It was the first time we got together, so no, not really. It's going to generate into into some of the heritage of Kingston.
Yep.
And maybe with the Native Americans and so forth.
Sure.
So,
Great.
yeah, so
Excellent. All right.
And the last thing I want to bring, I always like to focus on one of our departments, and it's the Council on Aging this month, because it's an interesting month. We have a new program coming in called Mind Joggers, which it's a program to help sharpen their memory and things. So that's happening on October 9th and the 23rd.
Now, is it an event? Is it a competition?
No,
what
it's
is
not.
It?
But it becomes kind of a game, trivia.
Okay.
And pick out words and things. But it's a whole program that is put on.
Oh, that's great.
So that's exciting. A lot of seniors have already said they're
a lot of buzz about that. Yep.
There's also a book club that meets the third Thursday of every month at 10 o'clock. There's an author series that are bringing in certain authors October 8th, 23rd, and 29th.
Is that new, bringing in authors?
It's been ongoing, but it's building up.
Yeah, because that's more than usual. That's wonderful.
So, and if you're interested in that, you can either go on the Kingston Library website and get more information, or check with the Council on Aging.
Okay.
And the last thing on that is the Halloween luncheon. It's tentatively scheduled for October 29th, and it's a fun thing. They dress up and they have little prizes for people who get dressed up in costumes the best and so forth.
That's great.
So that's exciting. And just want to leave with, we're looking forward in Kingston to the autumn colors coming in, and we invite our residents and residents from surrounding towns to partake in our trails. We have a vast array of trails that people can use, and it's beautiful in the fall.
Yes, it is. Kingston's a beautiful town.
So thank you.
Excellent. Great. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
All right. We'll see you again soon.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Robert, for being here. Thanks for watching. Repeat times and links can be found at PACTV's website, and you can find us on YouTube. Also, be sure to follow us on the media for previews and links to all of our stories. We'll see you next week for more PACTV Community News.